Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Oh my god, I feel so lucky to be in America. It's the first time I've said that for a while.
Stop waiting. Lost Ark problems won't improve much. Here we go.
We got some MMO stuff to talk about, and it's going to be a bit of a moan about Lost Ark. It's going to be a bit of a moan about Amazon Game Studios' handling of Lost Ark, and also at the same time going through their official notice that very little is going to change, at least in the short term, if you are a European player, which, of course, if you're not from Europe, you probably don't have a lot of the issues we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm glad you're having a good experience if you're outside the region, but if you're inside the region, your mileage is definitely going to vary, and some of us are having a very poor experience still, 10 days post-launch, so that's what we're going to talk about. This update is February 20th, update on current top issues, official notice from Amazon Game Studios, and it reads, "We are aware of multiple issues continuing to be reported over the weekend and are working day and night with Smilegate RPG to get them addressed. First things first, European queues. Love a good queue in England. We know that players are still experiencing long queues in Europe. The Europe Central region is at capacity, and unfortunately there is no way to increase the number of players per world in Europe Central. Adding more servers is not possible based on the complexity of all the systems that need to work together, and due to not being able to continue expanding Europe Central capacity, we quickly spun up Europe West. This is an appealing option for new players or for players who have not significantly progressed on Europe Central. We also provided a second variation of the Founders Packs to all users who purchase them in order to make switching servers more viable." Now, this is the position I'm at right now. If I show you, I can try and log on to my server on Europe Central. We're at 5:58, 5:59 p.m. as I'm recording this. And as you can see, waiting for server. This is as soon as I've...
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so bad. Wow. 8K is nothing. I have 20K on mine. Oh my god, man. That's terrible. So how long does an 8K queue take? Like, let's say you log in on Europe and you're number 8,000. How long until you go into the game? It's 2 or 3 hours? So you're talking about, like, if you guys are in a 20K queue, you're talking about, like, 6 hours that you're not even playing the fucking game. Like, 6 hours just to get in. Fuck. Yeah, that's really bad. That is really, really bad.
Clicked at 8,700 players, basically, which is going to be about 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah. The way that I play games typically is that I log in, do an hour, do a little bit of work, you know, go do something else, log in for an hour, do a little bit more. And I've just not really been able to get going on Lost Ark due to the fact that pretty much every day this week, for the last 10 days, when I try to get on, it's like a 30 to 1 hour wait, 13,000 people in queue. And a lot of people are having this same experience. If you look, most of the servers on Europe Central are busy, which essentially means, you know, you're shit out of luck. They're probably all going to have queues. And the solution here is that I've got to ask my friends who have been playing more than me because they've got...
I think this is what happened with Final Fantasy, and it's also what happened with Warlords of Draenor, is that a lot of people, as soon as they have to sit in a queue for a long time, they're just not going to play the game. That's it. They're not going to play the game. And it's the same thing happened with Classic WoW too, I think, too. Is that as soon as you have to sit in a queue and you have to wait to play the game, obviously a lot of us are more engaged video gamers. But for an average gamer dad, the idea that you have to sit around in queue for 6 hours, because the thing is, like, this is what you do, right? This is the smart thing to do, is whenever you're at work, you use remote desktop and you log in to make sure that you stay logged in by the time that you get home. So, like, you log in at like 10 a.m. and that way by the time you get home at 5 or 5:30, the queue's done. That's what you fucking do. And that's what I've done. That's what most people do. That's what you used to do in Classic WoW, is you would do things to keep you logged in. And, like, yeah, auto clicker or something like that. And that's what I would say a lot of people should do if you don't want to have this happen, is use remote desktop. Like, Google has a good app for, like, remote desktop, and all you have to do is just log right in and play the game. That's so sad, though. It is sad. And the problem is that, like, for us, we know about this. But gamer dads, remote desktop sounds like the thing you use for your TV. They don't have any fucking idea. These are people that are these are the casual Andes. These are the people that are just, we're going to hang out, we're going to enjoy ourselves, and that's really about it. So you lose out on like this huge amount of people that are the least involved because they're like, oh, well, I was going to play the game, but it's got a queue, so I guess I can't play the game. Well, that's too bad. If I could play the game, I'd play it, but I can't play it because I'm in the queue. I guess I'll play something else. And that's about it. And they just move on.
Got less stuff going on in life right now that we're all just going to have to re-roll to Europe West, because as we're about to get to, there is no server transfer functionality. And obviously, as they've said there, they can't actually make more people go in the servers, and they can't make more servers, so you just fuck. Essentially, what they're saying with this is there is no fix coming. We can't add more players. We can't add more servers. So the
oh my god! Like what they should do. This is what they should do. Like I don't know if they can do this. Is that like they should make it to where like if you get a character to 50, if you have a character at 50, you can make another character at 50 on the West servers. Because like asking people to re-level and like redo everything, you're gonna lose so many people in translation. They can't do that. That's not true. How can they not do? They're lying. Yeah, they have Power Pass. That's what a Power Pass is. They're lying. I don't want to hear about it. They explained it.
Only thing you can do,
sure.
Start again on another region or quit the game. That's literally your two options. Or I guess the third option is wait for other people to quit the game, and then you'll be able to play. And if you could even get into the game, we're about to go through the other issues that are constantly plaguing the game for European players, which seems to be the forgotten region, despite Europe being, I believe, one of the most populated regions.
They said it's coded into the game that you need 50 first. Change the code. Remember how WoW said that it would be impossible to change covenants? Like that like there was no ripcord and you couldn't possibly do that? And then the moment that people stopped playing the game, that suddenly things became possible? I don't believe it. I think that what they're really saying is that this problem affects so little people, and they're continuing to play the game, that it is not financially lucrative or important enough for us to solve it. That's what I think they're really saying. Is they're saying that, like, yes, while this affects you, there aren't enough of you that are upset about it for it to affect us financially, so we are not going to take the necessary steps to solving the problem. What is this here? And if that doesn't work, just buy a boost, but buy a dollar boost one-time thing for each account. Yeah. It's a Smilegate problem. Here's a question. Do you think that Amazon has exhausted all of their resources trying to solve this problem? No, I don't think so. I think that they don't really give a shit. I think that they care. They would prefer if it didn't happen, and the solution is complex and hard to do, so they just opted to not do it. That's what I think. Straight up, real talk, on a stack.
For games in general, but server transfer functionality. We definitely hear the request for server transfer functionality and have thoroughly investigated our options. This instant functionality does not currently exist in Lost Ark. This service just rolled out in Korea and is a weekly batch process that requires maintenance to run. It also does not support cross-region functionality. Therefore, unfortunately, it is not a viable option at this point for the Western version, but will not rest until we've exhausted all options. So again, no real options here. Waiting it out doesn't really help you at all, because you're going to be waiting for a lot of people to quit the game in Europe Central, or for them to re-roll so that you can even log on and play. And if you're thinking that, you'll wait it out and then you'll just get a server transfer, go back to point one. There will be no additional servers made in Europe Central, and they, of course, are not allowing any kind of region transfer because the technology simply doesn't exist.